explain that. I'll get to that in a moment here, and that really also helps
hold
explain
on,
the
hold on.
difference of why one survived.
Hold on, I'll explain it actually. Jet fuel can't melt steel, that is true, but it makes it malleable. That is literally the only difference. If jet steel was only just like... If you shut your goddamn mouth, nigga.
I'm trying to ask him. I want to ask a question.
Yeah, what's the first question?
So, how did we go from 9/11 backwards and then melting steel?
Because they're all related to the topic I was talking about, which is the structural design.
Goober.
But anyways, so that's because the outside of the towers were built with a steel exoskeleton that consisted of 59 steel pillars as well as the corner pieces. Alright? So, these steel pillars did most of the heavy carrying. Along with that, there was also a core. Now, this core wasn't actually completely symmetrical. So, for each of the buildings, the core faced into the lobby. This was the lobby. This had people in it. Pretend these dots are people. Yeah, these are all people. Yeah. Okay. Because that's a lobby. This is just a little park area you can go to. There's a nice set, a little fountain. But inside each tower, there's, like this. And you might notice, that's not a perfect square. It's not just my shitty drawing skills. Trust me, it's just not a perfect square. And it's true. It's also true in this one, right? In this core, compared to the other rest of the building, this empty part of the building, because it had this exoskeleton, had almost no structures. It was, in fact, actually no, it just didn't have any structures. The best structures it had was like drywall. So it had no resistance in those areas that weren't the exoskeleton or weren't the core, right? Right? But,
I cannot draw a plane for shit.
Was that these planes had different angles. You'll notice in the North Tower, the plane hits very much with in kind of the same shape as the core, right? And this causes, you see, there's 3 stairways in the towers, right? 1, 2, 3. This one hits this one, and the plane goes pretty much cuts through the entire core. All of the stairways are dead. So everyone who's hit above this section of the tower was completely trapped. All the people in there died, right? This one, however, you'll notice, not just was this one was different. This one, it had a thicker area of reinforcement to go through, you see? It had a much more reinforced core to go through, right? And it also hit at an angle, so it only hit, some of this area. And it was actually, it only cut 2 of 3 emergency stairways. And that allowed people to escape the South Tower. And that's how we were kind of lucky, because if it had severed all the lines, then the casualties would have been much higher. You see, on the North Tower, it went from about floors 93 to 99. And this is a skyscraper, we're talking about 110 stories, right? So that about 20 stories that were impacted or trapped or cut off, right? However,
I don't care about that.
why are you here, nigga? Don't leave. I know, Dad.
Are you dead ass talking about the World Trade Center?
Yeah, why can I can never joke around without getting bullied, man. Fuck this.
Yeah.
If I joke around, I'm gonna get bullied. I can't joke around.
I'm just sitting here, just listening.
I just want you to listen to it because I find it genuinely interesting. Now, on here, it was about.
And I do as well.
70. Why did I keep writing the wrong number? I'm literally autistic. 77. Yeah. About 477 to 82 were affected. Now, if it hit that would have been a lot more floors. That's another 10 floors. 10, 15 floors that would have been trapped. So that would be 35 floors, or about a third of the building that would have been trapped or destroyed. And this would have killed a lot more people if it had severed the emergency stairway.
So, I have a question for you. Just like a hypothetical. Don't you think that they probably would have had a higher mortality rate if they struck the towers lower down? with that
Oh.
on.
Oh, yo, definitely. That's part of the reason it's part of the reason actually the South Tower fell first. And I'll get to that actually in like literally right now. Actually.
Go ahead, as you were.
There's also something about the physics. Now, because I mentioned, you guys weren't here, but I mentioned the steel exoskeleton. It mostly depended on the steel exoskeleton made of 59 steel pillars to keep it up, right? Now, the thing is, buildings are heavy. So what happened was...
Very.
This thing, the north one, came through, right? And it blasted a hole through it this way, right? But a lot of it still stayed standing because of the angle of the plane. I kind of showed it here. It was almost a perfect angle, right? So the big pillars were still fine. These big pillars were still fine, and this one stayed up a lot longer, even though it actually had more severe damage to the core. This one had a very weird angle. I showed it here. It was almost a perfect angle. 59 steel. Here.
What?